Hi guys! I'm Clara and today let's talk about this little gem which I love, which is unfortunately very expensive, but it is the Guerlain Terra India Bronzing Powder, and oh my god you guys, when you open it up it smells like heaven. It says it smells like the Guerlain Shalimar perfume, and when I had used this a few times I was like, oh, I just need that scent in my life. So I went down to Nordstrom to the scent counter and I asked them for a tester of Shalimar Eau de Parfum. They were good, but they were more of like a lemony kind of scent. It was a little bit sharp, and I feel like maybe for somebody a little bit older. This is very like, oh God. It's like really fragrant, like vanilla and jasmine and maybe a little bit of citrus in there, like a little orange, but it's very like delicate and floral and light without being like flowery. It's kind of like a beach day kind of smell, and I think my theory is that this may actually be the Shalimar Soufflé, which I haven't tried yet because they don't have it in store like anywhere. Like you can order it online, which I probably will end up ordering it online because I'm so in love with this smell now, and I'll let you guys know which smell it is because I think that their holiday 2016 collection is the Shalimar Soufflé. They have a golden spray bottle which is scented like Shalimar Soufflé, so that got my suspicions raised on that. Let's talk about the actual product now that I've spent so long rambling about the perfume. So you actually get an impressive 10 grams of product in here. For $55, it is expensive, but you do get 10 grams. I just reviewed the Dior Luminizing powder, and that one is 6 grams for I believe $56, so per gram this is technically cheaper. Still expensive, I know, I'm sorry. I hope if you've been looking at this and wondering if it's worth your money, I can say for me, absolutely yes, this was worth my money. This was actually a product that after I put it on my face for the first time, and let me tell you guys, I've gotten into recent obsession with the Guerlain Meteorites, and I feel like they have a very subtle effect on the skin. It's not something nearly so obvious as a bronzer. And when I was reading about their holiday 2016 collection, because let's be honest, I was stalking them for the Meteorites, this caught my eye because they said it's a winter bronzer, and as you can see, I'm like pretty pale. I'm like a very pale girl. I think right now I'm NC20. I can get like NC25 in the summertime, but along with being pale, I have kind of yellow undertones, so a lot of the bronzers that I've tried just like make my skin look like I've put dirt like on my face or something. And also I do have a little bit of a problem with acne still, unfortunately. So when I go to cover up these spots, sometimes I'll cover them, foundation, concealer, and then I'll powder the spots so that like other powders I put on top don't stick to them. But unfortunately I feel like a lot of bronzers go on very heavy and then you have to shear them out. So when I put them on my face, they like stick to those spots that I just covered, and then they get very dark. And that isn't what happens with this because this definitely goes on very light and you have to really build it up. It is the bronzer that I'm wearing on my skin today. I hope that looks nice to you. It looks nice to me. And I just feel like it doesn't make me look muddy. It doesn't stick to the spots. It's just so easy to use that I was like, I put it on my face, and like I said, I was stalking the collection for the Meteorites and I picked this up as an afterthought, and I was like, okay, $55, I'm hoping that I don't love this so I can return it. I put it on my face and I was just like, wow, like I've never seen a bronzer like this. And it's embarrassing you guys, I ordered a backup. I never order backups of anything ever, and I was just like, oh my god, this is limited edition, very soon it's going to be out of my life and I cannot have that. No. So I went and I ordered a backup. Please don't judge me. I know it's expensive. I know. But this is just like the best bronzer for my personal skin tone and for my condition of skin, and I could not let this out of my life. I wanted to also show you which brush I used because I feel like the brush that you use with your bronzer makes a huge difference. So I actually I recently went from using more of a stippling brush with my bronzer because that also gives light coverage, but I just felt like when I was digging the stippling brush into the pan and like swirling it around, it was just popping up so much product just in general across all my bronzers. So I went and I looked for a very like light, big, fluffy powder brush. You see that, you guys? This is from Sigma. This was actually my first order of Sigma brushes. When I got this out of the box, I was like, oh no, because the bristles look very synthetic. I believe it is synthetic hair, but they just like looked like very synthetic to the point where, you know, some synthetic brushes don't really pick up product very well. So I was like, this is never gonna work. I took it in my bronzer trying to get the product on there because I was like, this isn't gonna work, it's so synthetic. And just, you know, big streak of bronzer on my face. So yes, this does pick up product very, very well. Do not underestimate this brush just because it's synthetic. This is now my favorite bronzing brush. It is the large powder F30. They have a slightly smaller powder brush as well, but I just like how gentle this is, and it does feel very soft on the face even though it's synthetic. So I definitely recommend just to go in like a couple light taps and then just bronze. Let's zoom in and get to the swatches. Okay, as you can see, there's a very beautiful design on it. Guerlain makes some of the most beautiful bronzers I've ever seen, if that is important to you. And you can actually see a little bit in the pan. It is a very light kind of bronzy color, a little bit of yellow in it and a little shimmer. There's not really a lot of red undertone to this. Let me go ahead and swatch that for you guys. Like I said, this does go on very, very light at first, but it is buildable. So here it is built up on the arm, and you can see very light kind of golden bronze color, lots of sheen to it, but no glitter particles that you're going to see on your face. I'd say it does have a little of golden sheen though. I'm going to also show you guys a brush swatch. I just dipped it in, you can see how much product. Let me show you. I'll just dip it in once this time though. I still go a little overboard with it, but you see it does pick up the product. Nice light dusting, but for swatch purposes. But you can see it just gives a nice kind of golden sheen to the skin that it didn't have before. And I am going to put just a little bit more on my face, even though I already have bronzer on today, just so you guys can see. And the bronzer that I do have on today is this one, so yep. Build that up a little. I always worry because in the viewfinder it's very hard to see, so I could be like totally making patches on my face, but I think you can see that's like a very nice kind of bronzy glow. Really darken that up. And I do notice that at the end of the day it's still on there. Alright, so you can see you can actually build this up so that your skin gets quite brown and shimmery. But this is probably a little more ham than I would usually go for. See that? So bronze. Please excuse the horrible brush job I just did, but I just wanted to show you how much you can build this up to. See, it's a light sheen on the skin, but it's not glittery. I love that, you guys. And if you're wondering what is the shimmery stuff on my eyeballs, it's actually the new Dior Luminizer, which I just did a review of, so if you guys want to check that out, there are many uses for that powder. Okay, so this is how it looks from afar with more bronzer on this side of the face than on that side of the face. My apologies. I really can't say enough good things about this. Guerlain always makes good products, so I was expecting that it would be good, but honestly, the last limited edition bronzer that I picked up from them, when I swatched it with my fingers, it has a very similar color to this, maybe slightly lighter. This was from like a few years back, guys, but when I went to apply it on my skin, like I wanted to love it so much, and I just didn't see any difference with that. So if this product had been like that one, I would have returned it. I would have returned this other bronzer too if it hadn't been past the return date. But this one, I just loved it so much that I had to get a backup, you guys. That is crazy. That's crazy. It is available at Sephora right now, and it's available like Nordstrom, Saks, and Neiman Marcus. So I do suggest that if you're even the slightest bit interested, that you just go ahead and pick it up, give it a try. Unfortunately, I don't think it's available to like test in most stores, which is why I just ended up buying mine online. For some reason, they never want to have Guerlain products around. I guess they figure people will just test them and not buy them or something. I don't really know what the problem is. But you know, just if you are like NC 20, NC 25, then I think that this product will really work for you. I think if you're any darker than that, it probably won't show up. So that is the caveat. Unfortunately, Guerlain does not do a very good job with catering to darker skin tones, I feel, most of the time. Perhaps if you're significantly darker, I think that this would look beautiful just to like illuminate the cheeks as like a blush topper, maybe even a highlight. But it's a beautiful powder, you guys. And I did also pick up the Meteorites. I will be doing a review on those as well, and also comparing them to the last two holiday Meteorites if you guys happen to pick those up. And by holiday, I actually mean 2016 spring and 2015 fall. So that's it for this review, but you guys let me know if there's some other holiday item that you'd like me to pick up. I am more than happy to go shopping for you guys, so let me know. Happy shopping!